For days ago, my fiancée dropped a bombshell just before our wedding. She doesn't believe in marriage. My response? Noted. Then I canceled the venue, contacted every guest, and listed our non-refundable honeymoon tickets for sale. Her desperate calls, claiming she was just nervous, went straight to voicemail. I'm 32, male, and strangely calm, like the eerie quiet before a deep wound starts to throb. Last Wednesday, we were finalizing details at the venue. Flowers were ordered, the caterer paid, my suit fitted, her dress likely pricier than my first car. Typical wedding prep. My fiancée, let's call her Emma, 29, seemed off that day. I chalked it up to pre-wedding nerves. We've been together 5 years, engaged for 1. This wasn't a rushed romance. I thought we were rock solid. Driving back from the venue, I was discussing last-minute RSVPs when she blurted it out. Mark, I have to tell you something. I don't believe in marriage. I froze. Say that again? The whole thing, lifelong vows, the institution. I love you, but I'm not sure about forever. I let that sit. The roads were clear, but the silence was deafening. And you're telling me this now, 9 days before we're set to make those exact vows in front of 150 people? I know it's bad timing. I was scared. I thought I could go through with it for you. For us? But it feels like a lie. My mind shifted to autopilot. The hurt was there, a faint pulse, but logic took over. Noted, I said. That's all. She started crying. Mark, please, we can still be together. We don't need a certificate. I stayed silent. Dropped her off at her place. We don't live together, thank goodness. Aren't you going to say something? Emma, you've said plenty for both of us. She got out, expecting me to chase her, to argue. I drove away, got home, poured a stiff drink, and started dialing. Venue? Cancelled. Lost the $5,000 deposit. Caterer? Same story, another $3,000 gone. Florist, photographer, more calls, more forfeited deposits. Total hit, about $12,000. Painful but cheaper than a divorce. Honeymoon? Those first-class tickets to a luxurious island resort, worth $8,000? Non-refundable. Listed them online for $6,000, hoping to recover something. Name transfers included. The hardest part, the guests, started with my parents, then hers. That was a treat. Then the wedding party, then every guest. Sent a concise email. Due to unexpected circumstances, the wedding of Mark and Emma on date is cancelled. We regret any inconvenience, especially for those with travel plans. We'll follow up about gifts. Emma started calling midway through my guest list. Voicemail. Texts poured in. Mark, what are you doing? Call me. We need to talk. My mom's freaking out. You can't just cancel everything. Spoiler, I could and did. Her last text before I powered off my phone. You're blowing this out of proportion. It's my wedding too. You had no right. My wedding too, right? The one she doesn't believe in. Next morning, 50 missed calls, voicemail maxed out. This is just the start. Isn't it? Update 1. 1 week later, it's been just over a week since Emma's revelation and my mass cancellation. Thanks for the support. Good to know I'm not alone in thinking, I don't believe in marriage, is a massive red flag days before the big day. Here's the fallout. Emma's calls and texts persisted for a day until she realized I wasn't answering. Then Saturday, 7 days before the planned wedding, she showed up at my place, pounding on the door. I didn't open it. She shouted for 20 minutes. Mark, open the door. We need to talk. You can't just ruin everything. Through the door, calm as ever. Emma, you said you don't believe in the life we were about to build. I took you seriously. I was just nervous. Everyone gets cold feet. I still love you. Her version of cold feet is rejecting the entire premise of our wedding. Noted. She eventually left, likely to vent to her mom. Sunday, Emma's mom, Karen, called. Oh fun. Mark, what are you doing to my daughter? She's heartbroken. With respect, Karen, Emma told me, 9 days before our wedding, she doesn't believe in marriage. I acted accordingly. She was just anxious. Brides get nervous. You're supposed to comfort her, not destroy everything. You've embarrassed her and our family. I think it's more embarrassing to commit to a legal vow you don't believe in. I'm humiliated too, finding out at the last second. She loves you. You're being spiteful. All that money wasted. You expect us to cover her dress and the bridesmaids' dresses. There it was, the money. Karen, I'm out $12,000 in deposits. The honeymoon's listed at a loss. The dresses aren't my problem. You owe her. You owe us. You should give her the honeymoon, it's paid for. She needs it after your cruelty. The nerve. I said, we don't see this the same way, Karen. Goodbye. Hung up. Then came the allies. Emma's maid of honor, Lily, started a group chat with me and my groomsmen, who've got my back. Lily, Mark, this is crazy. Emma's a wreck. You're perfect together. Fix this. She messed up. Another bridesmaid, Chloe, added, yeah, Mark, she was just sharing her doubts. That doesn't mean she'd be a bad wife. You're punishing her honesty. My best man, Ryan, fired back, doubts? Days before? That's not honesty, that's a deal breaker. I typed, the wedding's off because the bride fundamentally rejects marriage. I'm done discussing it. Left the chat. Sneaky move number 1. Tuesday, I got an email from the resort confirming a guest name change for my stay. Checked the ticket listing, no sale yet. Called the resort. Apparently, someone claiming to be my assistant, Emma, called, saying I wanted the honeymoon in her name only as a surprise gift, since the wedding was postponed. She even tried to switch the contact email to hers. The resort flagged it because I'd listed the package for sale. They needed my verbal confirmation. I shut it down. No changes. It's for sale. The rep added security notes to the account. Emma tried to swipe the honeymoon after torpedoing the wedding. The gall. I sent her one text. Nice try with the honeymoon. That was low. Don't contact me unless it's about your stuff at my place. Her reply. A flood of, I thought you'd want me to have it, and why are you so cruel? Blocked her and her mom. Muted the bridesmaids' chats for now. Chloe's honesty comment was infuriating. The deposits? Gone. $12,000. The $8,000 honeymoon ticket sold for $5,500. A $2,500 loss. Total damage. About $14,500, plus stress. But there's relief too, like I sidestepped a catastrophe. The emotional hit of losing the woman I planned to marry hasn't fully sunk in. That's coming. For now, it's about boundaries and damage control. Apparently, I don't believe in marriage means, I want the perks without the commitment, and you should foot the bill. Not on my watch. Final update, it's been a month since my last update, 5 weeks since what I now call D-Day, Demolition Day. This is my final chapter on this mess. The chaos has mostly settled, and the insanity has peaked and, thankfully, started to fade. After blocking Emma and Karen, things went quiet from them. Too quiet. Then, 2 weeks ago, I started hearing from mutual friends and even some relatives. Emma and Karen had launched a smear campaign, claiming I got cold feet, had a breakdown, and left poor Emma as the heartbroken victim. They said I'd misread her deep thoughts about marriage and overreacted. Why the campaign? The gifts. We'd asked for cash toward a house deposit. Some guests had sent checks or transfers. A few physical gifts arrived. After canceling, I'd emailed everyone, promising to return all gifts. But Emma and Karen started contacting guests, saying, Mark's acting erratic, but Emma needs to rebuild her life. Please send your gift to her directly. My Aunt Linda called, confused. Mark, are you okay? Karen says you're struggling, and Emma's trying to pick up the pieces. She said the gift money would help her get a new place since you were moving in together. We weren't. She was set to move into my place post-wedding. The audacity. They weren't just entitled. They were trying to scam our guests with a fake story. I wasn't letting that slide. This wasn't about revenge. It was about protecting my name and our loved ones. I wrote a clear, factual email. Subject: clarifying the wedding cancellation. Dear friends and family, I'm writing to address misinformation about the cancellation of my wedding to Emma. On date, 9 days before the event, Emma told me she doesn't believe in marriage or lifelong commitment. This wasn't nerves, it was her core belief. As a wedding is a legal and public commitment, I canceled it. Going forward would have been dishonest to myself, Emma, and all of you who planned to witness our vows. I lost $12,000 in deposits and sold the $8,000 honeymoon at a loss. Some of you have been contacted by Emma and her mother, claiming I'm unwell or the situation was different. This is false. All gifts will be returned by me. If you sent cash, please confirm your details. If you sent a physical gift, I'll arrange its return. I'm sorry for any confusion and appreciate your support. I included a screenshot of Emma's "I don't believe in marriage" text, saved just in case, and one of her attempt to transfer the honeymoon to her name. The fallout was immediate. My phone lit up with support. Mark, that's wild. You did the right thing. The nerve of her. Aunt Linda called back, livid. That woman and her mother. No one's sending them anything. Even Lily, the maid of honor, emailed. Mark, saw your email and the screenshots. Emma totally downplayed what she said and did. The honeymoon stunt? Wow, I feel stupid for defending her. Sorry. No word from Chloe, so she's blocked now. Good riddance. Karen went nuclear per a mutual friend. She called my parents, ranting about me defaming Emma and ruining her life. My usually diplomatic mom told her, Emma made her choices. Now she faces the consequences. And hung up. Go mom. Emma tried contacting me from a new number, leaving furious voicemails, calling me every name in the book for exposing her and turning people against her. No accountability, just rage that her manipulation failed. Blocked that number too. The best part? A couple who'd sent a $700 espresso machine, a high-end Breville, told me Emma said I didn't want it and to give it to her since she loves coffee. I was already returning it for their refund. After my email, they said, keep it, Mark. It's your dodged a bullet gift. Enjoy the coffee. It's fantastic. All gifts are returned. Checks voided. Transfers reversed. Physical items shipped back or reimbursed. Cost me some postage, but worth it. Emma's reportedly staying with her parents, telling anyone who'll listen she's the victim of a heartless, unstable man. Thanks to my email, most know the truth, and her victim act is flopping. Total financial hit. About $15,000, including deposits and postage. Emotionally, the betrayal stung hard, more than the money. But now, mostly relief. That car conversation was a brutal but honest gift. She showed her true colors before we tied our lives together. I'm taking a solo trip next month with some leftover wedding funds. Not the fancy island, just a quiet spot to hike and reset. Some people are voids of entitlement. The only way to handle them is to cut contact and let them collapse in on themselves. Emma wanted a marriage-free life with all the benefits, paid for by me. She didn't get it. Thanks for letting me share. Writing it out helped. Peace.